Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Dip Yanko.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. I'm Z Hervasio. In tonight's Game Plan, we'll catch up with the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers as they take flight in the Spikers Turf Open Conference.
We'll also list down the top potential breakout players in the ongoing PBA Governors Cup. And we'll talk about another career milestone as Kyrie Irving hits 15,000 points. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. Well, there's no stopping the Philippine Air Force Jet Spikers from aiming high in the Spikers Turf Open Conference. Let's find out about the squad with Second Lieutenant Mike Abria, Technical Sergeant Jimson Mirza, and Airman Ralph Calasin. Guys, welcome to the game. Unahin na natin si Mike. No? Yung Air Force, of course, wala kayo last conference. The last time you joined Spikers Turf, pre-pandemic pa. Ano yung pakiramdam na finally you got to set foot on the court once again sa Spikers Turf, Mike?
Para sa akin, masayang-masaya ako na nakabalik ako ulit sa game, sa liga ng Spikers Turf. Kasi yung last ko na laro is yung sa PSL, nung naglalaro pa ako sa Signal, bago ako nag-Air Force. Yun, masayang-masaya ako na naglaro ako ulit sa Air Force, sa liga nito.
That's right. And fun fact, huling laro din pala na nakita ko si Mike, beach volleyball pa. So it's very fun to see him being back in indoor action. And I wanted to go to Coach Jimson. Coach, nabanggit nyo kanina, this is the first time na purong Air Force lang ang laman ng kuponan ng lineup natin. Anong pinagkaiba? Ano yung pros and cons ng pagiging pure Air Force lang ang lineup natin?
Ang bali yung pros and cons nun, yung pros kasi meron din kaming ibang liga na puro Air Force, puro military lang. So, gelling namin yon. Ang cons naman namin dito sa Spikers Turf, so meron kaming mga kulang na player na sa mga pwesto. So, nahihirapan kami ngayon. Yun ang pinapractice namin para mapunuan yung pagkukulang ng team.
Ralph, gusto ko tatanungin, no? Yung Army team nandito sila kagabi, we asked them paano ba nila nababalance yung priorities nila kasi syempre may work, at the same time may training. Kayo sa Air Force, paano nyo ginagawa yun? Paano nyo na ma-manage yung time nyo? Both as an athlete and of course, meron pa kayong ibang commitments.
For now kasi, pagka ganitong may liga kami, na-DDS kami, detached service. So, nakakapag-focus kami sa paglalaro. Pero, unfortunately, 1 week pa lang pa kami ulit nakapag-start mag-training. Kaya medyo mahirap. Pero yun, laban pa din.
It's gonna be a long conference, so they have a lot of time to prepare and get back in shape, di ba?
That's why. Yun nga, siguro Mike, coming back from beach, from the last time you played indoor, siguro, can you share with us, paano mo ma-describe kung ano yung level ng laro dito sa Spikers Turf so far?
May di-describe ko yung laro sa Spikers Turf. Magandang level siya sa laro dito sa Pilipinas. Very competitive siya sa lahat ng team. Talaga na yung volleyball kasi siya mind game. Dapat alam ng bawat players na kung paano dalhin yung play nila sa loob ng game.
Coach Jimson, you had your first game yesterday. Na-sweep kayo unfortunately ng The Navigators Iloilo na isang bagong team, medyo mga bata rin, no? But ano yung mga learnings or natutunan nyo in that game? Ano yung mga nakita mo na pwede nyo i-improve moving forward since mahaba pa nga itong conference na to?
Ang nakikita ko pagkukulang namin doon is yung blocking, and then yung mga set play. Kasi nga, bagong team to, bagong balik, so hindi pa sila nagje-gel. So, yun ang pinaprocess namin ngayon, kung paano sila mag-gelling, mag-communicate sa isa't isa. So, yun. Yung pa namin, lack of communication, kaya medyo nag-short kami kahapon.
So talagang rebuilding phase pa talaga tong Philippine Air Force. Again, talagang purong Air Force military ang laman ng team ngayon compared to the past seasons or conferences. Ralph, gusto kong tanungin, siguro aside sa sinabi ni Coach na gelling yung tinatrabaho ng team nyo ngayon, ano pa yung sigurong isang challenge sa inyo this conference? Ano yung isang malaking goal na tinatrabaho natin this conference?
Siyempre yung physical condition. So since kababalik nga lang talaga namin ng lahat ng players sa paglalaro, so yun yung isang win-workout talaga namin na every morning and afternoon and evening nagte-training talaga kami para mabalik namin yung kondisyon ng katawan ng bawat isa.
Hindi pa sila condition sa lagay
Yes,
niyan,
oo nga,
ha?
parang, I mean, military.
puputukan
yan,
yung
eh.
muscles nila, hindi pa yung condition, ha? Pero Mike, sabi mo nga, DS kayo ngayon, no? Detached service. So ano pa yung iba yung bondings as a team since may training kayo, ngayon wala kayong masyadong work, pero ano pang ginagawa niyo outside of it para ma-build pa yung chemistry niyo lalo?
Yun, yung kadalasan na ginagawa namin sa military, yung nagbo-budil fight, yun.
You're right.
Yun, naglalaro
Tama,
ng ML
tama.
Importante yan, di
pagka free
ba?
time.
Something
Bonding.
Banding
complete.
na namin. Yun lang
Yeah.
naman.
No, something completely different kasi sometimes you're too much into the game, di ba? May ginagawa kang something different. And yung boodle fight, parati ko nakikita yan sa mga stories ng mga athletes.
I know. I guess, aside from bonding, siguro, could you describe to us, Ralph, nabanggit nyo nga kasi during the pandemic, talagang nag-focus yung Philippine Air Force sa pagtutulong, pagiging frontliner natin. Paano yung transition noon? 2020, 2021, hindi kayo nakasali last Spikers Turf Conference. Tapos ngayon, 2023 na pala. Paano yung transition noon? Pagiging people, men of service
Yeah.
for the country. Tapos ngayon, maglalaro na ulit.
So, medyo mahirap, pero pagka-atleta kasi madali ka naman maka-adapt, di ba? So, andun pa rin yung skills and yung knowledge. So, ang binibuild lang talaga, ang mahirap ngayon, yung pag-workout talaga. Kasi iba talaga yung pagka na-maintain mo yung pag-workout eh. Sa medyo na-stop ka talaga, talagang totally stop dahil sa work nga and yung pagtulong namin during the pandemic times. Talagang lahat kami naka-deploy, lahat kami may ginagawa, lahat kami busy. So this time, yung conditioning,
Yeah.
which is doon kami talaga more nagpo-focus din. And then sa hapon, sa gabi, doon na kami nagbobola.
At tatanungin natin si Coach Jimson kasi siya yung in charge sa training, di ba? So, nabanggit sa atin nila Ralph, nila Mike na getting back in condition. So, ikaw ba, Coach, sa simula ngayon ng conference, parang pinapagod mo na ba agad sila or inuunti-unti mo? Kasi yun nga, kailangan nila slowly get back in shape. Ano bang plano mo throughout the course of, for example, this week, ano bang ball practice ba agad or talagang physical conditioning
Hindi,
muna?
sabi nga niya kanina, sa morning, conditioning ng katawan, mga weights or rubber, mga bands. And then pagdating ng hapon or evening, doon kami nagbobola. So para may pahinga ng matagal. Kasi medyo hindi naman na tayo bumabata. So yung condition ng katawan, hindi na ganon.
Yeah.
So yun, dahan-dahan namin kinukuha yung condition ng katawan namin.
Siguro, Mike, ano yung isang bagay na pinaka-excited ka ngayong bumalik na yung Spikers Turf? Or ngayong nakasali na ulit kayo sa Spikers Turf?
Yung happiness namin sa loob ng court habang naglalaro kami. Mas maganda kasi yung naglalaro sa loob ng yung walang pressure, yung masaya lang na nag-enjoy ka kahit nagkaka-error. Yun, yung celebration namin sa loob kapag nakaka-score kami. Yun.
Ralph, ang daming bagong teams ngayon sa Spikers Turf. Yun nga, nakalaban niyo yung isa kahapon, yung The Navigators. Meron pa ba kayong nilook forward to na match-up? I'm sure nakita niyo na yung lineup eh. Sino yung mga inaabangan niyo, particularly if you can choose one team na talagang excited kayong makaharap, sino yun?
Siyempre, yung last team ko from PBL din sa Signal. So,
Interesting.
miss ko lang din kasi
Signal
yung
din.
most yung mga teammates ko doon. And also, yung coach ko na si Coach Dexter.
Yeah.
And close din kasi kami. So, para makalaro lang, malaman ko nga sa mga.
Okay, hahanapin yan sa
Abangan
schedule.
natin yan, oo.
Imamark natin yan sa calendar. Air
February
Force. February 10, okay.
February 10, galing, ang
Air
galing.
Force versus
Minarkahan.
Signal HG Spikers. Thank you so much, Ralph, Mike, and Coach Jimson for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All right, catch the Spikers Turf Open Conference every Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, and witness all the action live right here on One Sports Plus, and Signal Play and Smart Livestream.
And when we return, we'll break down the list of top potential breakout players in the ongoing PBA Governors Cup. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
It's time to show the guys love for the game as they get to start off this year's volleyball season. This 2023 Spikers Turf Open Conference, who will show their dominance and power among the 11 teams. Are you ready for this season's bigger, better, and stronger action from men's volleyball? Watch the game starting January 2022 every Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays.
You're watching The Game. As the PBA Governors Cup action is in full swing, it's time to peek into the future for the top potential breakout players of the conference. And joining us tonight to give his list is 8-time PBA champion, the Jet himself, Coach Jeff Carreazo. Coach, good evening. We're going to talk about a lot of PBA tonight
yes.
and basketball in general. So very excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, thank you, Z. Thank you,
Okay, let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Coach, we usually make this list at the end of the season or the conference or
Yeah.
the elimination round. But this time you're giving us a cheat sheet. But before we get into the list, give us your criteria for picking out these players.
Well, you know, the list is going to consist of players who I think can actually level up in their performance.
Okay.
So doesn't mean that they played horribly last conference by proof of a couple guys.
Yeah.
You know, I love to see guys just leveling up and being able to play consistently. So these guys, I feel, have that room, and I think they will.
When I saw the list of Coach Jeffrey Carriazo, I was like, wow, this is a good list that he has. So, huwag na natin patagalin pa siya. Let's start off with the first player that Coach Jeffrey Carriazo chose. Okay, Coach Jeff, first one on your list, Brandon Ganuelas Rosser of the NLEX Road Warriors, who, by the way, played yesterday. They got their first win. Why is he on this list, first and foremost?
Well, think about it. BGR, he played 31 minutes yesterday, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks.
Yeah.
So what impressed me the most is his plus minus was 17 points.
Yeah.
And us, as coaches, we look at that, and that's plus 17 whenever he's on the court, right? Played 31 minutes. So that's another factor. When you play minutes and you're given the opportunity, your confidence goes, you know, through the roof. And I think that's going to continue with Brandon. I think he's gonna get more acclimated with his new team.
Yeah.
I think he's getting used to the system with his new coach, and he's only gonna get better, and the sky's the limit for him. So I see him with this continuous 31 minutes, he's gonna get better.
I guess what's one thing that you already see happening maybe in the next few games for this big guy?
Well, just him, you know, because he's playing. He's probably one of the biggest guys on their team. And you know, we know that there's a shortage in big guys. There's not a lot in every team, so he's one of the big guys on their team. You know, I think Kenyan's hurt. Miranda's there, but aside from him and the import, they're the biggest guys on the team. So again, he's gonna play. You're gonna see, again, him just displaying what he does well, running the floor, shooting, you know, from the outside. He's going to improve his post-up game. Yeah. And more importantly, defensively. I think he could get better there. And when he does, that's that next level for him.
And there's a reason why he was a top pick, right, in their draft
Number
class.
1 pick, yeah.
Yep.
That's number 1.
Okay,
Right.
next, let's go to the next one on the list. This one, some may say he can be was the steal of the draft during his draft class, and we didn't think that he would actually start right off the bat for Coach Topex. But Tyler Tio proved to be a star for Phoenix already, manning the point guard duties, Coach.
Right. So again, you know, a lot of people say he fell under the radar a little bit, you know, during the draft and even in college, right? But for sure, without question, he is above that now.
Yeah.
Everyone knows him. Everyone knows what he can bring.
Yeah.
So why I have Tyler there is because I'm happy for this kid. Aside from him being such a great player or a good player at this point and a solid player, he is really embracing that point guard and leading the team and really understanding slowly what it takes to be that lead guy, that lead point guard. That every team needs. And again, for you to start, he played 39 minutes in his first game. Scored 16 points. You know, they lost that game, but at the same time, that opportunity will again enhance his level, make him a better player. And why again I put him on the list is we know he could shoot. We know he could finish, you know, in fast breaks. He's real shifty, but he's, you know, from what I see, he's improving his in-between game. Floaters, pull-ups, you know, all difficult shots. So once he has all that in his repertoire, then, you know, he's going to be unstoppable. So I'm happy for him.
All right, very exciting times right now. Okay, let's jump into the third pick. Solid wingman for the TNT squad, JD Tungkab, Coach.
Right. So Tungkab, I think what I like about him and what Talking Tex has done with this young kid is they've slowly, you know, allowed him to get used to how it is to play in the PBA. So they're slowly bringing him along. So hasn't played a lot, you know, but we know he has a potential. I have him on this list because he only played 13 minutes that game, but
Yeah.
for him, his first game. But that 13 minutes, he scored 9 points, got a couple steals, couple rebounds, and he didn't hurt you.
Yeah.
So I really think if you can guarantee a young kid like this 13 minutes, his confidence goes, again, above the roof, and he's only going to get better.
Yep.
He's got a lot of vets in his corner.
Yeah.
Guys who are guiding him and talking to him, making him, comfortable. And I always see Ryan Reyes talking to him almost every game and giving him tips.
Yeah.
So again, I think this is his breakout conference because he's going to play a little bit more. And he's
Yeah.
going to show you something that, Talking Tech saw. That's why they chose him.
And we're looking forward to see him improve gradually as the season or conference progresses
Right.
for TNT. Next on the list, you chose Arvin Tolentino. This guy was actually doing relatively well in his former team, got
Yeah.
traded to Northport, but how do you see him
Right.
expanding his role moving forward?
Right. That's great how you put it. Expanding your role because again, that's what he needs to do to again be, that next level for his next team. Arvin capable of hitting the big shots.
Yeah.
Arvin proved to us, again, that's why he never fans love him. That, when he's in there, only good things happen. Now, are there parts of his game that he can improve on? Of course, everybody does. But this move to Northport and him having the opportunity, and for right now, without Bolik, without Arvin,
Yeah.
he's going to be one of the main guys.
Yeah.
So my challenge to him is being able just to play at that level consistently. I think he's gotten used to playing at a high level, but in spurts. Now he's going to kind of have to extend that a little bit, and then showcase that he can play at a top level for 30 minutes, perform, and then play both ends. He
Yeah.
already rebounds well. So again, my challenge to him: defend better, and then you're going to see a breakout player even better.
I hope these guys are taking down notes.
I know. They better. They're
But
learning
okay.
from the Jet himself.
Exactly. I mean, okay. Last but not the least, this guy brought the house down in Game 7
yeah,
of the
definitely.
Commissioner Cup. Jamie Malonzo.
Yeah. Well, we all know Jamie is already a stud, and he's on his way to being a very elite player for a long time in our league. So, I'm happy for him because, again, one thing I like to say is, he's such a good kid, like really humble, and when I see him all the time, he's we talk basketball, we talk about the world, but he's very humble in his approach. So character-wise, he's already got it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's an awesome player, and I see him again jumping to another level as again he gets more games under his belt. The only thing that's preventing him from being or classifying him as an elite player at this point is really, to me, just a lack of games. Just a lack of games. But aside from that, he's already on his way. He's a stud. He was such a big part in their championship run. He's played under the big lights, the big crowd, and he's embraced that, and he's proven that he can be effective. And I foresee him, again, building on that confidence that Coach Tim has given him, building on that confidence that his whole team has given him, learning from the vets that are already there. So imagine, learning from the best coach. I mean, he's got everything. So soon he's gonna be that elite. But again, I'm excited for that next level for him.
Well, it's the third game day of the Governor's Cup, Coach Jeff, and we're
Right.
so excited to see how these players will break out this conference. And thank you for this list, Coach Jeff. But of course, you're going to
Let's
stay with us.
stay here.
You're going to stay
Okay.
with us. You have more basketball talk coming up.
Yeah, we've got more hoops because after the break, we'll shift over to the NBA naman to talk about Kyrie Irving's career milestone as he hits 15,000 points. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game.
Welcome back to the game. 15,000 points. That's how much Kyrie Irving has scored throughout his career. Now, still with us to talk about Uncle Drew and more about basketball is basketball analyst Coach Jeff Carriazo. Coach Jeff, we're talking about NBA this time around, and Kyrie Irving just hit a milestone of getting 15,000 points. 146th all-time, probably not the highest out there, but do you find this still impressive for Kyrie?
Very impressive. The reason why I say that is because Kyrie's only 30.
Yeah.
So imagine it. I honestly feel like he's only at the halfway point of his career. You give him another 7, 8 years, you know, I think he can double that.
Yeah.
So yeah, 15,000, you know, one of the most prolific scorers in the NBA. You know, he can score from anywhere. I'm not surprised.
And sorry, not to mention that he has missed a lot of games, right?
He has.
Throughout the course of his career due to many reasons.
I mean, after missing out a lot of games,
Yeah.
this time around, he's the one stepping up because KD have been missing games.
Yeah.
And we've been hearing news about how he's seeking some long-term extension with the Nets. Do you think that he is worthy of that extension, and is he doing enough for the Brooklyn Nets?
I honestly think he's doing what we can with the players that they have without KD. So obviously you lose a big part not having KD. But I think he's playing well. And is he worth it? I would say yes.
Yeah.
And you know, what he shows on the court, what he's doing on the court, numbers-wise, not a question. Now, there's the other angle of management sitting him down and understanding the other side of Kyrie. So why he was missing games. So that all comes to the table at the end of the season. So let's see how or what happens after that.
And we're going to see how the season progresses for Kyrie Irving and the rest of the Brooklyn Nets if ever they'll make it towards the latter part of the playoffs in the NBA. But thank you so much, Coach Jeff, for joining us both for PBA and NBA Talk. We hope to talk more basketball with you soon.
Sure.
We'll see you
Happy
soon.
to be here. Thank you.
And that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Zihir Basho.
And I'm Dip Dipianco, and this has been The Game.